G'day and welcome to the MacPack.
We're back.
My name's Jake McKenna, and to my left this week in order the man on the panel whose salary is closest to 200. It's my little brother Joe. How are you, Joe boy?
Jake, I think I've gone over so much that I might not be.
And to my right, coming in at 6'1", as he does each and every week, is the baby brother of the pack, who we call Junior Boy. Junior Boy, how are you, mate?
Episode 200, boys. I'm pumped.
We've officially done it. We've cracked the 200. We raised the bat.
Hell yes.
We've done it the double century.
The big 200. Today marks episode 200, and we thought now would be as good a time as ever to take a look back over the journey.
4 years of podcasting.
We got some absolute banger clips.
Basically, we've got about 1,000 segments worth of stuff, and we found out what was the best.
Of the bunch.
Yeah, not only from our side, but from the fans'
The
point of view
fans.
as well, boys. It's going to be a massive episode of Remembering. Boys, let's rip into it. Boys,
Brother
Mingo.
How are we all? Are we all well?
Let's rip into
Let's
it.
rip it. Let's rip it real good.
It's the new lingo for episode 200 moving
Episode
forward.
200, and he hasn't gotten it right.
No, maybe it's just the rebrand.
Oh.
It's the freshie. We've done.
Let's rip off into
We've
it.
done. Let's get into it for 199 episodes.
Let's rip it up.
Let's rip
Start
some-
again.
Let's rip it.
Oh.
Boys,
Boys.
excitingly, episode 200. We're just going to do a little bit of housekeeping, and then we're going to.
Housekeeping, that's right.
And then we are. And then we're
Everybody
going
get lit. It's
What'd you
Friday
say,
morning,
Val?
Never
baby.
get wild for housekeeping.
And then we are going to rip into it because we've got a lot of stuff to get through on this week's show. What we're going to do, just to outline for everyone at home, we're going to have 4 segments tonight.
4 seggies.
1 segment for Riley to play his 3 favourite bits from the pod.
Nice.
1 segment for Joey to play his 3 favourite bits from the pod.
Lovely.
1 segment from myself to play 3 favourite bits of the pod. And then we're throwing it open to the fans. We've got a whole bunch of stuff that we need to get through. We've got a heap of honourable mentions that people got in contact with, basically saying these were really, really elite. But I sensed that if we played everything that people liked,
Right, we got 200 episodes of that.
yeah, just run it back. If you're really interested, if you mention something and we didn't get to it,
Yep.
you're in
to
luck
send
because
it to
it's
your
still,
buddies.
it's all on Spotify still. It's all on YouTube. You can find it absolutely wherever you want.
That's right.
Should we kick in?
Should we let's rip into
First,
it?
congratulations on 200.
200, congrats.
Congratulations. That was some efficient housekeeping.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it's
Yeah,
about.
into
We got a lot to get through.
He
And
kept
apparently,
I'm playing with my AirPods.
someone's AirPods keep
We got
appearing on the screen.
AirPods.
Again, okay, we're gonna kick things off. This one takes us right back. This might be the first ever video we've got.
This one, the first ever video we did. No,
Well, the
this
first
is
video, the earliest video we're playing tonight is this one, I believe.
Yes, this was one of our first TikToks. I think the first TikTok that got over 100,000 views.
There you go.
Nice.
It takes place. 'Cause
And-
this is when you were super duper young.
Yeah,
you were
fresh
going out for like the
18.
first couple of times.
That's right. We'll play the clip and then we'll talk about it a little bit more.
WPS and a vodka Red Bull. But unfortunately, Bank Wests were unfortunately doing maintenance at the time. And I was unaware of how much money I had in my spending account. So I ordered the WPS and the vodka Red Bull, got them both, tapped, shot down, grabbed the vodka Red Bull, walked off, and she just like took the FOS machine and then just like put it down. So I was like, oh, must have worked. Walked away. No, I didn't see it until after. But yeah, I owe Magna House $24. What is happening? The next time I go, I might.
I think prior to that, you talked about you weren't allowed into Magna House because you were drinking on the street.
Yeah, that's right. That was the one that got over 100,000.
And then you snuck in through like the back door entrance somehow.
Yeah.
Was it I think it was your first ever rave review.
No, it was the first one at Magna House. Obviously, that was from the Magna House rave review episode, like in
Early.
the 50s, maybe.
Yeah,
Early days.
And
Is that also the one where you got the DJ booed off stage?
Yep, that was the night I got the DJ boot off stage. Almost didn't get into the club for public drinking. Didn't know that was illegal. And just before we went out that night, so this story, this one segment, equated to like 4-ish TikToks, and they all got over like, they did really well. They were
It's
like,
just bringing social stats tonight.
no.
It's always going to be.
A lot of people, started to see our content from like stuff like this, and then even people at Magnet House, which I'll touch on soon. But I almost didn't go out this night. We're sitting right there on that recliner chair in the podcast room, and I messaged the group chat and I said, "Boys, I think I'm going to have tonight off."
What were you doing instead? What were you doing?
I was just like, nah,
Not
I've just been
feeling
going
it.
out too much. I'm not feeling like lit. It's
Yeah,
like
right.
4:30 p.m. I'm not feeling that lit. And I got convinced. I went out. We did it. We did the thing. And then from...
That's how the fame started. Imagine if the Hot Tour girl didn't go out that night.
And
yeah,
then,
she would just be. I would probably still hawk touring, but it wouldn't be a big deal.
and then from the Magnet House stuff, that's how we started doing like Vox Pops and stuff there as well.
Yeah.
They recognised our content and they were like, oh, these boys
The
like Magnet.
funniest amount of recognition we got from probably the whole Magnet House situation was linking to this video.
We met the big boss, didn't
We
we?
did.
The big
Yeah,
boss
the big boss.
of Capital Corp, right? Is that
Yeah.
so.
They run like a lot of like metros.
a lot of nightclubs in Perth, and we
Look
were
out.
fortunate enough to meet her one day, and because we were filming stuff at one of the clubs, and she came up to us and was like,
She knew who you were.
I think I went to introduce myself because they were like, well, here comes the big boss.
Yeah.
Like, boys, like shake a hand and be respectful. And then I like went over and like, g'day, I'm Riley, nice to meet you. She was like, I know who you are. You owe me 24 bucks.
she'd been sent the talk. She was well and truly aware of who Riley
And
Boy
she
was.
wasn't what you think a nightclub owner might be like. She was like mum-esque.
Yeah, she was
Yeah,
so
she was so
nurturing,
nice,
just the
yeah.
nicest person ever.
Yeah. There you go.
And good for the banter as well.
One of the better nights I've ever had out.
That's your first. We go from a night out to a night at work.
Ooh, huge.
And this is centered around obviously where Riley works at the hardware store.
The hardware store. That's right.
And this is leading up to a rather hectic, a rather explosive New Year's Eve party.
I work on New Year's, and this guy came over to me, and he was like, "Do you have steel cloth?" Yeah. Some guy was like, "Do you have 3 kilos of steel cloth?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's just the man." And then he was like, and I was like, "Why?" And he was like, "Making fireworks on New Year's Eve." And I was like,
He told you. Aren't there like the list of things where it's like if they buy this, they're making math for them. If they buy this,
That's
they're
a
making-
bomb.
It's a bomb. This one's fireworks.
And if they actually
This
say
one's-
to you,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
making fireworks, just let management know.
I was like, "Where are you gonna be? What suburb?
What time? I'll see you there.
What suburb?" And he was like,
You'll see.
You'll see, yeah.
Didn't end up seeing them.
But he was able to buy the gear. Yeah?
Oh yeah, he bought it all. He was ready to go. That was a big night for him. Unlucky. I mean, I don't know what happened with him. Hopefully, he's still. I haven't seen him come back to the store since. So
Just comes back with no thumbs.
Hopefully he's still alive.
That was great. So that's still one of my favorite videos. I
Yeah,
like
that's
when
a classic.
I think we've reshared that during like
Any firework related
no,
holiday?
like New Year's Eve. Like that's
Yeah.
how you should celebrate New Year's Eve. I like it. It's very rogue. I feel like the where you work is quite nice, but the location in which you work at,
Yep.
little bit edgy at times.
Some suburbs
Can
are
be.
nice and some suburbs are fireworks.
Yeah, that's right. That is completely right. Boys, we're going to take this next one through to a bit of a nostalgic segment.
We are.
I didn't bring this one to the table. This was you lads.
Yes.
But it was one of the best I think we've ever done. We were talking about swimming lessons.
Sometimes we get
Yes.
fortunate and out of nowhere, a conversation will begin. And then there's like this edge of nostalgia where we go from talking about something to it just being like, oh yeah, and then remember this, and immediately
You're there.
you just find this similar wavelength across the board.
Yeah.
And this, not only do we find the wavelength across the board in the room, but it seems to grow on like a national scale as well. So this one was pretty funny. Just to get back to the class.
"Yeah."
And then you'd have to get changed. And for whatever reason, like, they wouldn't let you stay in your boardies. I remember we split it. It was like girls were in one classroom, guys were in the other classroom, and everyone would just get naked for like, the briefest period. Like, you used to be so tactical.
It's
So
into
tactical.
the flash.
So tactical.
Literally. But there's also like the classic. You'd like put your towel up over the chair or two if you're lucky.
Oh,
and
that's
have
a
little,
classic.
Or like you have the shirt on and you like tear it off and you're like holding your shirt down.
Oh, yeah.
Which really, isn't a thing that kids should have to do.
But
quite frankly.
The thing is, the shirt only works one way. Like, if you pull it down at the front, it's going up at the back.
I'm seeing that booty.
Oh wait, we used to sprint back from the bus to the class to get the corners. Because you get in the corner that way, your backside's covered.
Yeah,
Or you
booty
can face,
stays-
you face forward and just compromise the back end, the back door.
Just brown eyeing a whole class.
Do they still do this? I feel like
I don't reckon they could anymore. Eh? Like this might be one of those generational things where it's just like, well, back in my day, we used to just get our penises out.
Wow. When's that from? Episode 62.
Oh yeah, it says it on the thing.
And
Yeah,
that was on the
episode 62.
28th of November,
Yeah.
2020.
One of them, yeah.
Wow. Do you think we all sound really squeakery?
I was gonna say, do we sound very high pitched?
And that's not like
Yeah.
the mics. We're using the same setup as we are now.
Yeah,
Have
I
balls
thought
dropped, boys?
I thought that as well. I thought like I
Have we?
sounded like I have a pretty high pitched voice.
Have
but-
we hit puberty?
Have we?
Are we done pubes?
Finally? Shall we jet?
Do you guys have pubes?
We posed the question. We posed the question in that. I wonder if they still do it now. And I think the most outlandish response we received, obviously on TikTok,
yeah.
was that fuck oath,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Even teachers were commenting on our thing like, yep,
Yeah,
it's
still
my
do
favorite
it.
part of the year.
Drop the bands, boys.
Drop the tags.
Yeah, hectic.
Good times.
Very interesting. Very interesting stuff.
Whenever that time of year rolls around, I do miss the old going to the old school.
Getting naked with the boys.
No, just the idea of going to swimming lessons. I just think it was the best fun.
It was. It was.
I
good
also
stuff.
like the smell of the petrol before we'd get on the respective
Oh yeah,
bus.
Yeah, the
That's-
chlorine.
Yeah,
Just
diesel
a lot
and
of
chlorine. mixed
fumes
together.
you're often.
And in summer as well, like it's 42 degrees.
You're
Back,
dehydrated.
the thing
of
is,
course.
back in my day, like I don't know what buses they're taking now, but the buses that we used to take 20 years ago,
Big orange one.
they're
Surely they're still the
hectically
same.
bad, but also piping hot. Like
The
not
metal on there.
you're burning yourself like quite effortlessly. There's not even a thought of a fan, let alone air conditioning.
Me and my
Yeah.
mate
You used to get the windows open, but you can only get the window open about this far.
yeah.
Well, that's fucking not
And
worth
no
doing.
seatbelts.
Oh no.
Oh nah.
No.
No,
And then
no
me and my
good seatbelts,
mates used to like smash the seat, and then like dust particles
Yeah.
would pop up.
That's asbestos.
And oh my god, but yeah, it's surely that's not suitable for kids. I hope that still doesn't happen today.
I think the more we reflect on primary school, the more we realise maybe none of it's really that suitable for kids. Alrighty, Joey, tell us your favourite 3 memories of the first 2 hunch.
So my first one is actually from the very chat that we were just having.
Oh,
Huge.
nostalgia pool chats.
Yeah. I think it's from the same episode.
It
would
might
have
even
been.
be like moments earlier.
yeah.
The Grommet kids.
But again, this is what I'm talking about. This is that wavelength shit
Yeah.
where we go from just like talking about something quite high level and then one thing gets mentioned.
Don't even remember what the segment was.
It must have just been like
Swimming lessons. What-
primary
Discuss.
school
Yeah.
swimming lessons.
We would have written down swimming
yes,
lessons.
the Grommet kids. Of course, the kids that can't swim and get their ears wet.
And at the time when I brought it up, I just thought it was like a weird. Well, we only had like a hand. Our school was pretty little. Our classrooms are even smaller. The amount of kids that like had to wear grommets. I still actually don't even know what grommets are, but they were just like I don't know. You put them in your ears, and
Yeah,
then
they
you had
had
to
the
wear like this
headband.
headband thing. You look like you were like
Something.
Let's have a listen. Grommet kids, you used to have those.
Yeah, sorry. Can't go swimming. I need to put my AirPods in. Otherwise, like,
Grommet kids are the funniest.
they have the fucking.
The only thing worse than not being able to swim is having to wear grommets. what are grommets? Do you know what grommets are?
I just didn't really know what they were because I actually didn't have any kids with grommets in my year.
The
group.
funniest thing
I
is
still
how.
remember the kid who was our grommet.
Yeah, same here.
Drop his
He
name.
comes straight into
Name
mind.
drop.
Nah, not dropping name. He's a nice guy. I don't understand
say
why
was
you.
it?
I don't understand why you need grommets. I don't know what they do. They block your ears so you don't get water.
No,
in your ears.
grommets is like the thing they have.
Oh, that's like their
They're
issue.
plugging
That's
it
their
'cause of
ailment.
grommets, yeah.
Their ailment is grommets.
Yeah, we definitely like. I think we looked it up and discussed it the week after because we were getting a lot of slander
For being
yeah,
uneducated.
and just talking bad about grommet. kids.
because unfortunately a
Fuck
lot of
them,
the
man.
population.
What are they going to
are-
do? Just jump in the water. They can't get you.
yeah,
But yes, a lot of
Get
the
a boat.
population are grommet kids. So
Yeah,
they
more than we were
clap
probably.
back.
More, yeah, out of water. They're a lot louder when
Are
they're
they?
on the out of the water, aren't they?
it is weird because like obviously you guys like now you like you might have a pool party or like you go to the beach with your mates.
Oh, imagine being a grommet.
Can you imagine
adult.
like?
Imagine being a grommet. Do you grow out of grommets? Do you hit like
Do you,
18?
or
and
do you
you're
just like
grow up.
Not put your head on.
What are they?
Like, can you imagine, what about if you push someone into the pool? They come up and be like, I've got grommets. Oh, shit. You could die.
Is that how? Can you die from grommets?
I don't think so.
Like, does the water like leak into your brain? Is that the issue?
I have no idea.
Oh yeah, do you
How
grow
do you
out of
figure
grommets?
out
Because
that you
because
need
the
it?
people, so like the person that you've got in mind who was wearing grommets,
Yeah.
or well,
I
they
can
don't-
message you,
can you
mate.
do you wear grommets? No, the grommets is the ailment. It's like having cancer. You don't wear cancer.
the
You've got
earplugs.
cancer.
I think you wear plugs.
Okay, but grommets are just like.
The
Thing
disease.
that you got.
So at what point? So like the person you're imagining who had grommets.
Yeah.
Do they still go? Have you seen them recently?
No, they went to a different high school. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm
Deleted him.
just
I
let's
know. Oh, actually,
Here we go.
yeah, Mum is in book club with.
Okay, we don't. We're getting very close to the sun. Then we're getting very close to the sun. Yeah, my thoughts are like, do you grow out of the grommets? Like, are you seeing this person at the beach on New Year's Day or whatever, and you're like, hey,
yeah, let's go for a big swim. Just
because name the oldest person. Give me an age of the oldest person you've seen wearing the grommet headband.
it's like only prime. Even I'm thinking like high school swimming carnival.
Nah, I don't think I've ever seen anyone wear them at high school level. Because if you're wearing your grommet headband to high school, you've got bigger issues
They must be
than
getting a note
grommets.
saying they can't do the swimming carnival.
Yeah.
They're not rocking up on the day, mate.
I think you must be able to grow out of grommets. I don't know any adults with grommets.
They did do a bit of research. Maybe episode 400 will crack it.
Next up, Joey, you've sent in the Valentine's Day prank. Now this was we'll put a little bit of context behind this one. It was Valentine's Day coming up, and we decided that we were going to play a prank on Taylor, my girlfriend. But the prank was going to be under the proviso that she thought we were playing a competition between all of our girlfriends.
Yep.
And the couple that had like the best knowledge of one another
Yeah.
was going to win the prize. But we didn't actually do the game.
What?
We just told her we'd done it. We told her we did it with your girlfriend, Kira.
Yeah.
I think we may have even mentioned we'd done it with Olivia.
Yep.
Now, you obviously didn't do it, but the prank itself was to call her and to test whether or not she was going to be honest or competitive.
Yeah.
And we rattled through. Essentially, you had to answer 5 questions.
Yeah.
And the questions got significantly harder in difficulty, and to the point that they came like quite specific about the knowledge that you'd need to have.
Yeah.
And we went through. So we called her first. We in theory put her on hold. She thought she was on hold.
Yeah, we thought we had muted ourselves.
Yeah, we pretended that we were on hold with her. We knew full well that she could hear us, but she thought that we thought she couldn't hear us.
That's
Yep.
right.
And then we went through the questions and the answers as like a little bit of a preparation thing that she thought was all being done behind the scenes, and she thought that we thought that she couldn't hear us.
She thought that we thought that
But
they
she
thought
thought
that
that
she thought that we
But we
She thought
knew
the quiz was a quiz, but the quiz is really a test.
Yes, we knew full well that she could hear us, but she didn't think we knew that. So the test became, was she going to stop us, and was she going to be honest, or was she just going to lie and go through? This is a little video explaining exactly that, and with the result and everything as well, as the boys continue to chuckle in the background. So this is the Taylor's Valentine's Day prank.
One, we told our brother's girlfriend that we were playing a game with all our partners on our podcast. Except the game was only being played with her. We thought we would accidentally give her the answers to the game. Favourite colour?
Green.
I can hear you.
And see if she would use them to win.
All right, boys, welcome back to the pod. Here we go. Very exciting times. Obviously, Kira did well. She just finished up with 4.
Yep.
We've called Taylor as we did with the other girls.
So Taylor
She's on
can
the
hear
line.
all
She's
this.
ready to go. She knows the rules. She knows what the stakes are.
Yep.
And she knows she needs a perfect 5 out of 5 score.
And at this point in time,
to
she'd already
win.
heard all
She'd
the
already
answers.
heard the answers.
So this is the bit
Taylor,
that we
you
put
there?
live.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, you have 30 seconds. The time. You got to answer them quick, all right? 30 seconds is not very long.
Okay.
Time. We need all 5.
All right, let's do this.
And she thinks we didn't
start.
Yeah.
Now, what is Jake's favourite colour?
Green.
Beer, wine, or spirit for Jake?
Beer.
Yes.
Who is Jake's favourite celebrity?
Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean.
Good. 3. That's 3. Yup. Olivia's out.
What's Jake's favourite kids movie?
Kids movie.
Yep.
Toy Story 2.
I love like the.
Okay,
pretender?
last one.
Yeah.
Where is Jake's secret freckle?
You got 10 seconds.
Secret freckle. Fuck. On his foot?
Yeah,
A bit more specific.
In between his toes?
Yeah, she does. I told you she'd get 5 out of 5.
Do you know how I know that?
Yeah.
Because I have the same freckle in between my toes.
I did not know that. Oh, that's huge. Boys, we said at the start, if anyone was to get 5 out of 5, we'd give the option to go double or nothing.
Oh shit.
Now that you've both lost, are we
What?
still fine to go double or nothing?
Yeah, I reckon.
What do you
All right.
mean?
I get to at least
Sense the
ask
stress
you this
because she
question.
doesn't know the answer to the next question.
Taylor, the question is, would you prefer to be honest or would you prefer to win?
I would prefer to win.
Yeah, we know, because you would have heard that whole thing, yeah?
No, I turned to the sound down so I couldn't
That's
hear.
a lie. That is a blatant lie. There's no way that you know half those things. The fucking the foot toe thing. There's no way you know that shit, man.
Oh my god. So we don't win a dinner?
See, she does care. I told you she'd care.
Why didn't you do this to the other girl?
Because it'd be more fun with you, obviously.
It's so embarrassing.
We knew you would cheat.
So good. That's definitely the best phone call
We've done.
we've done.
Red-handed.
It came out like
You
it
can't
came
write
out
it.
perfect. In the way she was pretending the kids movie. Yeah, you've heard the fucking
I
And
love
then like she didn't. She was like, like foot, and then like,
Yeah, that was genius.
and then like, in between toes.
Yeah, she
How
was
would you
trying
know?
so
The
hard to
foot
like
answer.
act so that it didn't sound as obvious as it probably should have. The amount of preparation that went into that.
on our end.
Yeah, 'cause I remember in between the segment break, we sort of sat here and went, because you only get one crack at it. It's not like you can stop halfway through.
Yeah, sorry.
We sort
we,
We sort of
We
needed
did.
to like script exactly what we were going to do and essentially go through it and go, okay, we're going to call her. We're going to put her on hold, tell her what's going on, put her on hold, and then go through the questions. And then once we bring her back, she'll think that that's the first time she's hearing us. And we'll more or less we'll think that's the first time she's hearing us.
yeah, I love
And then
how-
we had to play out the scene behind the scenes to make it seem like she hadn't been put on hold
I
the
love
whole time.
that when she did first hear us, she did say, "I can hear you."
Yeah,
But then once she realized she could get away with it,
that was it.
that was it.
Because yeah, she tried to do the right thing, and I guess realistically, I think I'd do the same thing, wouldn't you?
Yeah, definitely. And also part of it would be like she wouldn't want to like ruin the segment when she came back.
That's what
Yeah.
it felt more like.
But then also like she did just say all the answers.
Yeah, that's very true. No, it was very well done.
if it was me, I guess we might have prefaced that someone got 4 out of 5, but I would get one wrong. So that way
Take
you
it.
can't get,
Yeah.
done that before in school.
Take it down.
Yeah, she was going. She had all the answers and went, "I'm just going to get 100%," and I don't really
that's
care
risky. You can't
about
be
any of the other results. We've done a few pranks over the journey. We did one with Goffy about the grand final.
The grand final
He
team.
was too smart for us.
Yeah, we had him sweating though.
It was when we got him to try and sing the song. No one would do that.
We need to get back. Maybe we'll get a few pranks going again because that one, if we can get it. The thing is, when they're good, they're good, but it takes quite a
When
bit
they're
of.
bad, we don't hear them.
It takes quite a bit of
We
preparation
do
to
one
get
every
them
week.
to get on that good. Joey, your third one.
The third one, you know, the first I had my all-time favorite segment, my all-time favorite prank, and this one's about a whoopee cushion. What can I say?
Taking it right back to the basics.
You
Sometimes you
gotta-
do all this advanced stuff. Sometimes you just
can't
need
beat
a-
the classic.
a little piece of fucking silicon or what is it? Fucking
Rubber.
Rubber.
and air.
rubber plastic. This one, all time.
Two classic pranks that we had done.
We have.
Well, when we were kids.
Okay.
We did
Prank.
a whoopee cushion prank to one of Dad's mates.
You know
It was a
him.
bit heavier set. That whoopee
God.
cushion was single use.
So you know how they normally go like that?
Yeah.
He just went bye. It's like
To be
fucking-
fair,
it was like a fucking like a starter's pistol. It was like the greyhounds were just set up. Everyone was like, "Whoa, what's going on?"
To be fair, way better prank.
The poor bloke was very embarrassed because, as you can imagine, no one's ever done that before. I think it was more because he hit it so flush. Like, it became less of a whoopee cushion and more of a balloon. The air had nowhere to go. Yeah, it was pretty hectic, especially like being there and going, "This is a pretty wholesome prank," and then like nearly shooting his testicle.
That was good.
That's
better than I
Jake's
remember.
coming in with the zinger.
Yeah, thanks, boys. No, that was good. I remember I was very young. I would have been maybe 5 or 6. Got a whoopee cushion from like the Royal Show show bag, and we'd been sort of mucking around with it in the house.
As you do.
But everyone, I don't know, when the house, I don't even know if you were born right. When the house is that young,
There's only 4 people.
yeah, I feel like everyone knew that I had the whoopee cushion, and then it was just a matter of who would get. I remember getting Nan once, and she was so embarrassed because I think she genuinely.
sure.
Yeah, I think there was really there was a moment of
Oh, not
Jesus.
again.
Fuck it.
That was genuinely what I thought happened. I think she sat there, and I've never seen her eyes get quite as wide as that when there was this moment of. I hope that was not me. There's every chance it could have been. The friend in question, I think he was pretty like almost oblivious to it from memory. Like it just fucking exploded underneath him.
No, I think he was embarrassed afterward because obviously it was
broken.
had a massive hole in it.
I remember going to pick it up because it happened, and it just made this noise. Right?
Air vacuum.
And I was sort of, I didn't know what to do. He just broke my fucking toy. Dad's sitting there, and Dad's sort of like, Dad didn't bring it up. Like, you know how Dad's pretty like rude sometimes and like quite.
Yeah.
If something happens, he's just gonna let everyone know. He didn't say anything,
Oh,
so it went
that's always
bang,
worse.
and then we all just sort of sat there in like awkward silence. And then he walked out. I sort of ran off, and then they all walked out for a smoke and a beer out the back.
Hell yeah.
And then I've walked back in, and then like the whoopee cushion, fuck it, it's seen better days. Hey, it was just like laying limp on this chair, and I picked it up, and I just had a gaping hole through it. I ran into the lounge room to show Mum, and like I was like, have a look at what he did.
What he did.
Have a look
Yeah,
at what he
sitting
did to my
down.
fucking whoopee.
What a crime.
Is he gonna reimburse?
After he left, Dad was in tears laughing. Like I've never seen Dad laugh.
See,
quite
whoopee
as much.
cushions are funny. I
They
don't know why
just
people
are.
think they
It
are.
was honestly, it couldn't have gone any
It's
better.
comedy gold.
The only problem with them is that like they're just so obvious. Like even the color. Like why
Yeah.
are they such a bright?
Because
colour?
that's what we did. We
gotta
worked
put
really
them
well.
under
We
the
put
couch.
under a cushion. So on the mat, on the chair in the
It was
office,
a cushion.
there was a little cushion. So I put the whoopee cushion under the
Oh,
cushion,
you genius.
and then we put the pillow on
He's a
top.
prank master.
But it just compressed.
the air
The
had
cushion
nowhere to
come-
go.
Yeah, it wasn't a pretty moment.
so good. We should get a new one.
Oh, whoopee. We should.
Yeah. Wonder who you could get with a whoopee cushion these days.
Santa.
Let's find out. Santa.
Alrighty, boys, time for my top 3. I think your 3 were good then. That was
Thanks,
good.
man.
That was a
I
nice
picked
trip.
them out myself.
Trip down memory lane. We've got a fair few to get through, so we're going to rattle through them. We're going to kick things off here. This is a relatively recent chat. We've gone quite a far way back for a few of these, but this one's quite recent. This one is us discussing. This is the same nostalgia stuff. Whenever we get on a nostalgia run, that's where
They're good.
that's where the gold seems to be. This one is about primary school at discos.
Might just want to unmute it,
Parents and friends.
Parents
Here we
disco.
go. Let's kick it off again. Here we go.
School discos. That's right. The PNF discos.
Parents and friends.
Parents and
Is
disco.
that what it stands for?
Yeah, interesting. Hey, you would not want to be one of the friends. a bit curious, hey? Who's that Dave guy with the mustache? Yeah. Oh, which one's his kid?
Here's our friend.
Hey, he's just a friend. Obviously, some people are there to dance. Some people are there to run around. They're just kids playing chasey.
A lot of people
Can
running.
you imagine going to like a club and half the people are playing fucking tag?
Just going, you're it.
He's always like 45.
And he's your DJ.
He's got the cans on and he's putting on Hey Ya.
You do wonder what he's doing 9 to 5.
Slinging gear. The red cordial. He was in a little
10
hole in the wall canteen.
Settle.
And they were
The glory hole.
And like the moment it opened up, it was like mosquitoes to the light.
the songs that we listened to were like they're not songs you'd hear on the radio at the time.
But they were classics.
Yeah, but are those classics the same?
Yeah, is Hey Baby still getting a run?
Like,
WAP.
you gotta think
Surely
about-
WAP's getting a run.
It's just
the
weird
instrumental.
though.
It is a bit weird, but
Come on, kids, that weird.
oh. Joe's flat. One of Joe's zingers got cut from the TikTok.
What was one of Joe's zingers?
What's wrong? Why are you looking at me like that? You alright?
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I just don't remember what the zinger is.
There was a zinger in between. Oh, a friend of one of the kids. No, what friend of the parents? A friend of the kids. I can't remember. Go back and listen to the full thing.
Yeah,
It was good.
It was
It was
good.
good.
Yeah.
It
I
was
like
good.
that. It's cut up in a way we hit all the topics.
He's
Yeah.
good at
It's
what
a
he
very
does, man.
efficient talk. Yeah.
He's good at what he does.
Yeah, some of them are a bit tough. We talk about so much that it's hard to include it all.
12-minute segment. Riley cuts it down to about a 40-second clip and goes, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. The old school discos. Those are the days. And the fashion.
Oh, the fashion
Killer.
was the best.
We should do... Now we're obviously doing a little bit of radio stuff. We should do a themed school disco. Like, just throw it back.
Yeah, we could
And
do a
just
little
do a
break.
full maybe...
Do a
maybe
whole show.
Yeah, do a whole show that's like school thing. Maybe we'll get dressed up. You could wear 3/4 pants.
Yeah.
Mind you, they're back in fashion. You wear 3/4 pants not as a joke.
When?
You wear those fucking
Your
jeans.
your
denim
jeggings.
jeans.
Your jeggings.
Jeggings? What do you call?
Jorts.
Your jorts.
Your jeggings.
They're above my knee.
Well,
What about the flame shirt? You don't see that so much these days.
Bring it back.
Shirt with a
Joey.
flame. I had a nice blue flame shirt. That was cool.
that's when it's real hot.
The hotter
The
flame.
blue flame.
The hotter flame, bro.
Good start. This one also, speaking of hot, I don't know what happened with you, Riley, but you decided that it must have been. Was it? The thing is with these, I was reeling there a lot longer ago than I realised. Like some of these, like
3 years.
yeah, it's flown. We're on the same shit, sitting here talking crap.
Yeah, and you still haven't washed that shirt.
This next one, summer job for you. You decided to do a bit of extra work on the
I
side.
wasn't getting shifts at the old warehouse due to the bomb
The
assisting I
fireworks.
was doing. So, yeah, had to pick up a second job to get the cash flow,
And this was the review of Riley's first shift at the new digs
which was...
when he was working as an Uber Eats driver.
Yeah, Macca's was not a fan of me. So I walk in and I'm like, I got 2 orders. And then she was like, where's your bag? Where's your Uber bag? And I was like, first day on the job, miss. Don't have a bag yet.
Where do you get the bags from? Like Uber
Nothing
bags?
in the T's&Cs. It said, like, we'll
Yeah.
send you out a bag. Or, and then she was just like, next time I'm cancelling it. But it was also a 44-degree day.
I think it's like
staying warm, dog. I was at my age, so I was just angry at me. I was like, damn. We're both
Look,
just trying to earn $1 here.
we both have bad jobs. Come on, let's get on with it.
And then I was driving past McDonald's. It was really hot and I ran out of water. So I was like, I'll just pop in. Took like 10 minutes in the drive-thru trying to get a water.
You have food.
Right? And I was just like, fuck it.
You
Like,
got someone's lunch.
2 people's like,
Yeah, but to be fair, it was his legally mandated lunch break. Sorry, your chairs might smell a bit like tobacco. Smoko.
last cunt wouldn't come out of a house. So I just like left it at the door and then I like banged on it. And they still didn't come by the time I got back to my car. And I drove like around a cul-de-sac and then came back and the food was still there. And I was just like, I'm not getting back out again.
What a guy!
It was so hot that day. It was actually
Why did you choose to go
absurdly
that
hot.
day?
I needed cash, dude.
And how much did you? Do you remember how much you made?
$50.
For the whole day, for a whole day's shift.
And I spent it all back on the petroleum.
Yeah, no doubt.
And Jiggy Mac is because you've been smelling it all day.
Explain what you did with the.
I had to get an ABN for that.
What was the? Yeah, that's right. What was
Spent
the-
months trying to set up the account. It's so hard to be an Uber Eats driver.
What happened with the water bottle? So you got everyone's food and then you went through a drive-through.
I went through I went.
A separate Mac.
Yeah, I was like Murdoch Macca's that I picked the food up from, and then I was going through like Melville Macca's.
What
How
for?
is? Why is there
for
order
more-
going?
So I
more
picked up
food.
like 2 people's food, and I was taking it to like Como from Murdoch, and then I had to go through like Myrie, Melville area.
So did you have to pick up someone else's from that other shop?
Nah, I was just driving past. And I was like,
That
bro,
was
I'm
just for
fiending a bloody
you.
H2O. And I know that they do free. And I'm cutting it, buddy. I've got no cash, boys. That's why I'm driving Uber.
And
So
why
I was
didn't
like,
you just
where
run
can I
it
get
in?
free H2O? Mickey D's. Why
I
didn't I
love-
run in? Because it was 45 degrees.
I
I was
love
wearing
that
like the smallest singlet and short shorts. And then I saw Tony Galati and we looked the same.
Could you imagine?
What?
So the Uber driver who's delivering food from McDonald's in like Winthrop is also just whipping through other McDonald's for his own personal
Can you
goods.
Can you see the little like?
Actually, there's a map.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
can you
going
see
through
the
road.
driver, or is
I
that
think
just
you
a
can,
Uber thing?
surely.
He's at Melville Market.
That's a good point. He's had my food for half
Why
an
did?
hour.
Why wasn't our order at Melville Market?
a good point. No, it's good.
Have you done it since?
No.
A few of your mates were doing it for a period.
That's why I got into it.
Are
They
they
were doing
still?
it together. They were
Yeah,
riding.
that's like the least efficient way to do it.
So they were every cash they were earning, they were splitting it 50-50.
Which
So
is
they
a
were
good
in the
The guy
negative.
sitting there, he's getting the better end of that deal. Or did he have to run in?
He's the runner.
I would love to do it. Are
Drive
they
for
still
an
doing
hour.
it?
Nah.
Could you
That's
do
right.
it?
I thought you
Could
meant
you
that
do
they
it
as
if
in
you want to
do
do
that.
like next week?
No, I don't have to log into the account. I could do it, but
Oh, honestly, it's
I'll
something
pay
that.
tax and
So
stuff.
I've often talked about this. My dream job was to be a food delivery driver,
You can do that.
and I know, yeah, I definitely could. And I just wonder if I should give it a bash. I know, but I think similar to what you said, I think doing it alone would be rather boring. But like if I did it, I like the camaraderie. I like the team aspect.
No, it was fun, but
I
it's just like knowing that you're actually not earning money is like
Yeah, you got to do it for the banter.
a bit tough.
I think we
good
should
for
do it.
boys.
And I've said this multiple times, but I genuinely, I wonder if saying it on the podcast might make a habit. I'm sure we've probably talked about it before. I'd
Probably
love
this
to.
episode.
I'd love to do a team version of exactly that. And so, like, we'd go me and you, for example, with Riley and a mate of his,
Oh, it's competition.
and it's a competition. We got 6 hours on a Sunday night or whatever.
Who can earn the most cash?
Yeah, let's go from like 6 till 10 p.m. on a Saturday night, and it's just who can earn the most amount of cash, and we'll just document the whole thing. We film it, and then we're chatting to each other on like walkie talkies or whatnot. It could genuinely be something that would be hilarious to watch.
Let's do it.
See if you can get a few tips, because the tips would be anything.
Huge if true.
Yeah, I like it. That's something that we might look to do before episode 400. The last one of mine is good. Now, neither of you know what this one is.
Yeah, you've been hyping it up.
And
So
I
if it's
think
dead
the moment-
haps, you're gonna hear about
Well,
it.
if it's dead haps, it's going to come down on you. This will
Ooh.
definitely be. I think once we start playing it, this might take the cake. It's very underrated. The fact that neither of you
Ooh.
have thought about it, and I don't know that it got like. I know you've been pretty keen to drop your fucking TikTok stats throughout. I don't know how well this one did, but as a story between the three of us, definitely up there for mine.
Here we go.
This is when Joey thought he recognised the power.
And I know it. Corner of my eye. A good friend of mine from primary school. So I thought it was my friend Michael Pereira. We were best friends in kindy, and then sort of drifted away. You know, in pre-primary and year one, people change. What can I say? We finished our food, right? I pick up my rubbish like a good Samaritan.
Yeah.
Walk over to the bin.
Yep.
Put it in the bin. At this point, I'm about 30 centimeters away from my dear friend. His name's Michael, right? And I say, "Hey, Michael." And
That's a bad opener.
he doesn't say anything. And then I go. And is this her? Yeah. So then I'm a bit panicked at this point.
Are you
So I-
100% sure it's him at this point or not? Having
I'm
doubts.
sure that I was. So then I turn. I'm like, oh,
Walk
fuck it.
away.
I'm gonna walk off. I'm about to walk off, and I was like, you know what? I'm in this far. So I tap him on the arm. I tap him. I'm like, hey, Michael. And he looks up and he goes, I'm not Michael.
No, that was a fucking gold one.
I absolutely love it.
Joey's movie night.
Yes,
That was an everyday hero
I was going
story.
to see the movies. That was the and my cookie night.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
my cookie.
Yeah.
And my cookie.
What a night. And that was good. That actually led to me going bowling with the two people in that photo.
Yeah, that's right. It was the reason for a bit of a reminisce.
I put
that
up-
the word.
Right.
No, I don't know.
I put up a photo in the video of Michael and
Emily.
Emily, Joe's dear friends from like pre-primary, pre-K, and then it spurred life.
the catch up. Well, just the catch up.
Yeah, just once though.
Yeah, and then what happened? You guys
He
went
saw
out-
the video, didn't he? Someone sent it to him.
I think I told him I thought I saw you.
No, you would have seen the video.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
It's on national
Well, you
news.
messaged him and said, "Hey, bro, thought I saw you," because that interaction went well. So you thought you'd message him.
Yeah, I did. That's
How about the
exactly-
guy who Joe thought it
wow.
was? Like, he's just sitting there. Imagine if someone said, "Hey, like John" to me, and I wasn't John. Immediately be like, "I think you got the wrong dude." Like, I just say something. You wouldn't sit in silence and then wait for the person to touch you
Oh, we clearly didn't hear him.
before you go. He heard you though, didn't he?
No, not the first time.
I don't know. Yeah, I messaged him that night and said, I saw a guy at GYG who looked exactly like you. And I said, hi. And he was like, no, my name's not Michael. I said, lol. And then he said...
That's all you said.
I said, lol. And
When was
then
the last time you talked to Michael?
before that?
Yeah.
5 years earlier.
My dear friend. Alrighty, boys, it's come to the fantastic time. We've all gone through our happy little memories of,
Memory lane.
of the MacPack over the last 200 episodes, and excitingly, we're kicking it open to the fans. Now, we had a bunch of fans who sort of made mention to a bunch of the stuff that we've just talked about, but we wanted to do them ourselves.
Yeah.
So we've done those.
You're not taking credit for our work, buddy.
We've done independent versions of those, but we do have a whole bunch of people who got in contact. Massive thanks to absolutely everyone who got involved. We're going to go through a fair few honourable... We don't have time to play them all.
Yep.
We've got a fair few honourable mentions.
Here we go.
And then we're going to play a bunch of stuff that multiple people have sent in. Basically, it's the ones who've come through as like...
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, the heavy hitters. Okay.
The crowd favourites.
Jono Steele got in with 2 rippers, in my opinion, both of which we're unable... Well, we're not unable. We're just not going to play, unfortunately, Jono.
Don't be bothered, buddy.
Talks about the Jake's fender bender, which is when I got in a car.
Yeah, you wrote your car off because of a guy who was running silly.
Yeah, that's right. And then a couple of days later, I went over to Sydney for the official Sam Fender bender. The episode was named every episode since season
1, episode 1.
Yeah, we should rename it. No, we couldn't. We've basically done 199 episodes that have rhymed.
Yeah, or near rhyme.
No, they've all. I think they've all rhymed. And this one was Jake's fender bender and Jake's fender bender,
That's the perfect line.
which I quite enjoyed. Jono also really liked, and I really liked this one as well. Joey's dog walking surprise party.
That was a classic.
You went to Kira's neighbour's birthday party.
Yeah, they had a giant Saint Bernard. It's a giant dog, and it's we took it on a walk, and it's since passed.
Oh, that's it.
Yep.
Rip Bernard.
There you
Yeah,
go.
and they had to get a fucking crane to get the thing out of it.
We also had Tess Robinson who mentioned the cooked chook story, which is
Roast chook.
The roast, sure.
which is when we were in the news as a result. I would say somewhat.
We earned media.
Yeah, but it was a weird one because it
solve
wasn't even a huge video. Like a lot of the stuff we've done over the journey has garnered a lot more attention than that. And then out of nowhere, that was the one that sort of
Got picked up.
Yeah,
I think the cost of living stuff is easy way to get a bit viral.
it was quite a while ago though.
True, that is true. Speaking of the cooked chook
It was a
stuff,
year ago.
you had a fantastic segment about Nando's and about the young people working at Nando's
Oh,
cooking the
yeah,
chicken. That
that's
was a
right.
classic. And that Nando's, the Southlands Nando's, obviously
Yeah,
had a bit of naughty going on lately.
They've been in the news.
They got shut down.
We won't.
No,
We
they
didn't get
still-
shut
they're
down.
open.
It just got heavily fined.
They're
for-
open.
Yeah.
Surely no one's eating there.
Yeah, they do
after seeing
chicken and
that.
rat sandwich.
That was one of the many aspects that they got.
It makes you
brought
think
to.
like that's the one that got caught. But I mean, I've been to like a lot of Nando's.
Cheeky Nando's.
Chicken Nando's.
Cheeky and more.
Oh, we love the guys at Nando's.
Yeah, do your own.
Just
do
not
you-
that
just
one.
do- what is it? Do your own research. Yeah, do your own research.
Your own rat search.
That clears us. We also had. So we're not going to be playing the Cook Chook. That's got heaps of publicity. If you want to find it,
Google it.
it's probably not
It was
that
on that
difficult.
seniors website.
Yeah, that's right.
Channel 7.
Never even heard of it.
Yeah.
The H Wello, who's a super fan. We love H. We're mentioning one of H's. H, I didn't want to ignore him entirely.
Yep.
And I'm not saying I wanted to ignore the other ones.
No.
I'm just saying it was
We
very,
had to.
it was just very, very busy. H Wello said he really liked the outside bug. When
Yeah,
we-
that was a classic.
and it's been nice. I really do enjoy the annual episode where we go outside in the middle of summer. It's usually the one episode in between Christmas and New Year's. We go outside, we do the episode.
Yeah,
from out there.
when we phone it in for an app.
It's really nice. I really like it. I think it's really cool.
Oh, it looks cool, yeah.
And I like that you start the episode and it's like 42 degrees and the sun's beaming through, and then only an hour later,
It's 42 degrees and the
it's
sun's
dark.
down.
It's dark. Yeah, it's just
We're
dark.
so sweaty.
No, I do. I love it. I think that's
Yeah,
probably
they're
it's
cool.
my highlight of each
It's
year.
always best
Something
time of
about
the
that.
year. So when you do something, a tradition around that time of the year, it does tend to be a fond memory.
No, I love it. I really do enjoy it. I look forward to it every year, and I can't. We're only fucking 5 months away from probably doing it again. So excited for that, as I am each and every year. But that one,
There was a
revolved
cockroach.
a bug, a flying cockroach.
Flew onto
It
the
was the first
laptop.
time I've seen a flying cockroach, and that thing was massive. None of us
It
knew
was
what
giant.
it was.
Nah,
And then it landed. It was like flying around, and I was shitting my jogs.
It was
and then
hectic.
it landed like on pod.
yeah, mid.
It was on the soundboard.
Mid segment was
It was
hectic.
going.
H. Willow also mentioned around that sort of time was the Christmas song we did.
that was a lot
We
of
would
fun.
love to play it, but it goes for about 4 minutes. And as we mentioned, time is. We don't want to bore everyone with this, like
Actually-
absolutely everything.
I think we did shout out a lot of fans from
The
early
early
days
days,
as
were
well.
Correct.
they want.
and I have a feeling that H may have gone.
He 100% did. I listened to it back today, and it's actually a really good tune.
Yeah, we should do it again or something like that.
We were
again.
gonna do it every year, but I think we quickly worked out it's fucking hard work.
We weren't even gonna do it that year.
No, the actual trip was great. I watched the video and everything today.
Oh, we did the we did.
I've never driven longer in my life.
That was fun. Yeah.
Fun. I
It was
love
when we delivered
fun
it
to
to-
look back on, but when we're in the middle
Oh,
of it,
fucked.
it was pretty hectic.
Yeah, I wanted
so
to die.
hot.
We're 2
We had
days
to
out of
drive
Christmas.
so
We
far
should have just.
north.
And some people, no offense, some people you live really far away.
And they weren't even home. Like we were delivering our first ever merch drop, which was our MacPack Baby Blue Blocks tee.
Yeah.
And the Let's Get Into It tee, all
That's right.
available on macpack.com.au/shop.
All well and truly sold out, but yeah.
The worst was when we went to obviously they're just like a fan or whatever, and they bought a shirt. Thank you so much for buying the shirts or whatever. And then we get to the house and it's like, well, now we're just at this girl's house.
That was my favorite.
A weird thing.
There was one girl, I forget her
The
name.
one who had the sick basketball.
yeah,
court.
I forget her name.
Yeah.
I was
Mia. Is it Mia?
Yeah, yeah.
She's elite, and she messages all the time.
Big fan.
I'm
yeah.
a big fan of hers. Like, she gets involved. And we were like, oh, we're going to do a really nice thing. We'll go out to her place. And like as we were doing with everyone, it wasn't
Yeah,
like
it was
weird.
just her.
And then we were at the Kardashian estate.
It was a fucking sick house. And we got there and we were like, all right, we're here.
Our
like,
fans are rich.
we're like a kilometre away from her front
Freaking
door. We're like,
price
hey,
things
is
up.
it safe to approach or will we get shot down by some man in the tower up there?
Chopper a sig bowl.
And then we're there and she's like, oh yeah, sorry boys, I'm not home. Just walk up to the house. And I'm like, fucking Jesus. I'm gonna fucking get cramped. I'm gonna cramp up on the
we
way
didn't
there.
have them they weren't wrapped up. They were just in the plastic or whatever that they came.
Oh, we definitely
we
wrapped them. We
folded
put them in
and
little,
wrapped.
yeah, we folded them in little
No,
bags.
but not like a. Not
Yeah,
like a. This is a
Ozpost.
package.
Yeah.
Oh no,
It's just like a.
shirt in a
You
bag.
just dumped something at your house.
Shouldn't have that,
Yeah, her house is sick. I do remember making mention to. We were like, yeah, we'll shoot some moves over here. How long till you gonna come home? But that was really good fun. I really enjoyed doing it. Probably wouldn't do it again, but making. Would you? We were on the road for 9 hours. We went to
Yeah,
fucking
and we
Brooke,
did-
Jane Brooke.
How good was
What?
that bloody Jane
The
Brooke?
fuck, like that was the last one. We went so far away. We went to that Tommy Smith.
Yeah, big
Yeah,
bloke.
He lived in fucking like Las Vegas, man.
Yeah.
We were driving.
We should have posted him.
He was a good bloke. He was a good bloke.
He was a
Hey,
good
we
guy.
got there, gave him his shirt, and he goes, "Fucking hell!"
Why'd you come here, cunt?
Like, do you know where do you guys live? We're like, Canada. He goes, "Oh,
Where?
that's like south,
4
yeah."
hours.
He's like, that's
You're
like,
north.
Yeah, we're normal. You're far.
he was, yeah, that was such a long way. And then from these, oh, well, you guys just about done. We're like, oh, we're off to Jane Brooke, and he goes, "You're where?" That's like another
It's
hour.
in South Australia.
We managed. I think we did. Let's say we had 25 to deliver. 19 were pretty close, and then 6 were basically on the border of WA, and we're just like
Yeah.
wrapping it.
Yeah, but when you see them on a map, you're like, oh, they're all so close together. They'll be so quick.
Nah,
It's just not.
nah.
How do posties do it?
Well, they don't go from.
They're a suburb
Yeah.
divided.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My postie's not going up to Jane
Okay,
Brooke
that
anytime
explains
soon. But that was really good fun. Thank you for bringing that up, H. And you can go and find that song. That song's still readily available on the YouTube channel. So if you haven't heard it,
How to make gravy.
do yourself a favour.
What
We
we
are
call
going to do some fan ones. We've just ticked over the 50-minute mark, so we've got a few fan ones to rip through. We're going to kick things off here by one the fans have voted in. Very rarely do we get cashies that they have strict guidelines around. And that's when we love them. That's when we love them. That's when we absolutely...
We need a reshoot.
That's so annoying.
But sometimes
it's free reign. It's just like a tiny brief. And
Yeah.
they're like, have fun with it.
And Manscaped are elite. We've had Manscaped on a handful of times, and they literally just send you like a sheet of information. They're like, yeah, just use like whatever you want.
Yeah, like kind of read this.
Yeah, go off script, but make sure you just mention Manscaped, the discount code, and just don't say anything too hectic.
Yeah, just don't
It's
say
just
it.
don't say you definitely won't nick your balls.
That's-
Just you definitely probably won't.
Yeah, they're literally just
That's
like
the one rule.
Make sure
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
don't mention that there's definitely no way you can hurt yourself because they're definitely you're using a blade.
Yeah,
Of course you're gonna hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Don't be
And
an
I
idiot.
have many times.
And
no, not really.
ba-
I haven't. It's
basic-
very low chance of doing that.
Basically, outside of that, we get free reign, and on this occasion, free reign is exactly what Riley took. This is Riley's. Yeah, I guess it's just your Manscaped ad. You gave us absolutely no awareness of before. We were like, what are you going to talk about? And you're like, oh, just leave it with me, hey? And this is it.
What, boys? I actually made a mistake earlier. In the week.
Oh, no.
What do we call the nose one?
The weed.
The weed whacker, right? Well, that's the thing.
This will be good.
There was a bit of miscommunication. I went down the wrong end.
So what did you do?
So the weed whacker is meant for the nose.
Yeah.
Silly old me did not think it, and I went down the other end.
Your butthole.
Slightly lower. Same side, just lower.
Yeah.
The testis. The amount of force in the spinning technology that it has, right? Almost spun. There was a bit of what's the word? Inertia on the testes. There was a bit of there was a jerk. There was a jerking movement. But we're all good. We're okay down there.
When was this?
A few days ago.
Wait, so
Was I home?
I can't remember, mate. I don't.
So wait, did it
when I'm
twist-
doing my ball routine, I'm not checking. Who's home? J-Mac, you want to come in here for this? Only sometimes.
There
So
you go.
good.
We got paid for that, guys.
Cashy's
You got
cool.
cash for that.
No, that was good fun. I was going to say something.
So there you
but
go.
I
If you have a
completely
brand
forgot.
that you want us to sponsor,
Oh, yeah, we'll do
let us
it.
know. We'll put a fun spin on it.
Oh,
Literally.
Yeah, ball spin on it.
just say the absolute.
We'll spin our balls for
Bit
it.
of top spin.
Say the absolute least. So there was a heap of people who sent that one in. Big ups, because, yeah, I think we only played it for a little while. It wouldn't have been on one episode. It would have been on a few, wouldn't it?
Nah, we did a unique one
Per episode.
for a month.
Fuck, we work hard. If you do want to sponsor the show, we work, despite what you just heard, we work bloody hard for the sponsors. This one also come in. This was when Riley was getting a lift home from an Uber driver, and he decided to embark on, you have your normal chat with your Uber driver. Oh, busy night.
Oh yeah, the old busy night.
Riley took it a little bit further and really got quite personal with this man and uncovered quite a few home truths.
It's just me and the Uber driver, and I've got some classic questions to ask him. Instead of saying busy night, I like to go a bit different and say, "Is this the last one for the night? We're getting pretty late." And he's like, "I'll see if I get another drive and we get back to your place. But if not, I'm coming in for cuddles." And then I was like, "When do you start?" And he's like, "I start at like 5 p.m." And I was like, "Oh damn, that's like a full 8-hour shift. Is this your full-time job?" And he was like, "No, I also work at a steak and grill." And I was like, "Pretty cool that you do that cuisine. I like that cuisine."
steak
and
grill.
And
Such a shitty response. Surely the moment that sentence comes out of your mouth, you're like,
whoops. He said, he's like, "Mate, I love ribs." And I was like, I don't. But I was like, "Oh, cool." Like,
that's weird because earlier you said you love the cuisine.
I was like, "Oh, cool. Like, do you cook them? Are you like the cook?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm head chef and owner." And I was like, "Bloody oath, mate. The jack of all trades, but clearly master of none." And,
You can get out now.
and then we were just talking. I was like, "Do you have much experience in cooking?" And he was like,
He's the head chef. He's the head chef.
Oh, there was more to that.
Oh, well, I did
Maybe when you cut off the TikTok.
Yeah.
What else was there?
I said,
There we go.
do you have a lot of experience in cooking, in being a chef? In being a chef?
Have we heard that?
Are you chef? And he said, yeah, I've worked in the industry for a long time now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
yeah,
maybe
imagine
that
you
was
would.
a different guy.
What?
No, it must be the same guy. And then he was like, yeah, I used to work at
Oh, yeah.
X,
Yeah.
this
where you
random
used
steak
to
and
work,
grill. And I was
wasn't
like, I used to work there. I was like, which one do you work at? He was like, the Willerton one. And I was like, oh, yeah, I worked there. And then I was like, when? He was like, 2018 or whatever. And I was like, Same. Fellow worker. Welcome back.
You did about a half
How many
a
shifts
shift
did you
there.
do? Yeah.
Yeah, just
Did you do 2?
maybe 3.
The
Yep.
funniest part about that, I'm sure we've mentioned it. We used to go there every week for burgers. They used to do
they
cheap
do the best
burgers.
burgers,
Well,
honestly.
they don't exist anymore.
No, they do. North of the river, there's one.
Oh god, they were
That
Tommy.
bloke.
And we used to go there every Wednesday night for burgers.
Half
Me
price
and-
burgers.
Me and my mates, we used to send like about 15 of our mates. We'd all go. We'd sit around this huge table and we'd just eat these cheap burgers. And they, in my opinion,
That was so good.
they didn't taste great. I reckon I put on about 10 kilos eating those burgers.
The
Because they were
spicy Mac
The spicy
was
Mac,
something else.
I used to get like that
the best.
hectic cheese, and it was just like the most
Yeah,
fucking foul.
You just
looking
get cheese and meat. That's not.
That was actually at that place was when I first revealed
You were vegs.
that I had changed
Yeah, that's when you become a vegan.
when I became vegan because I
That's-
ordered a different. I didn't order the spicy Mac. I ordered the spicy veg.
Oh.
And we've never given him any respect since. But we used to go there every week, every Wednesday, and then I don't know. The owner come around one day, or Dad went up to the owner and was like, "Man, you got any jobs going?" And then you
Dad
went.
said, "Do you have any jobs going?
You
Young
went-
bloke one's fine."
And then you went there the next week, and we left that night. And I said, "Well, once Riley starts working there, we'll never go there again." And that was quite literally the last time we were there. Was when you asked.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
was
laid
it?
me off, dude.
It was quite awkward.
Nah, he's a good bloke. Good bloke. I forgot his name. But
And
he
you
was a good
talked
bloke.
about
Yeah, how they used to clean the
That's right.
the ceiling
because it's steak grill. They go like they put the bloody meat down and go smoke up in the ceiling. So you got to clean the roof every night.
ceiling.
And there's only one way to get up there.
Stand on
That's
the
the
grill.
Standing on the bloody grill.
I think that's episode 3. If you want to run it back, if you're a true fan, you can run it back. Something feet on the grill and
That
shit
was a
that makes
great
me feel
episode.
ill or something. That was episode 3.
That's a good one.
This one came in a bunch. It's arguably one of our favorite family stories, and I'm glad that we got to share it with everybody at home. It's often one that comes up all the time. Mitchie cut up a video for it, which we were fortunate enough to show Nan.
Yes.
And she really enjoyed what she obviously had no idea about what was going on, and then we showed it to her, and she found it very entertaining, and she had a laugh along, and that was unreal. This is when our
You made it
darling Nan went around to look after Joey, and things just got pretty hectic pretty fucking quickly.
Is that you weren't feeling all that flash. Now, Mum was at work. You were home alone.
Yeah.
She called Nan and was like, asked Nan to come around and look after you.
But while she was coming over, I was not having a very good time. I think like in my head, I was like, make it to the laundry, then I can vomit. Laundry, vomit. Foot in the door, vomit. So that's what happened. I vomited all over the floor. Just yacked.
Hit the everywhere. And then when you're that sick, the last thing you want to do is
Just
clean
clean
that
it up,
shit
yeah.
up. The following texts went as followed. It was simply, Nan slipped in my vomit, smacked her face on the tiles, and is bleeding. What do you mean? I vomited in the laundry. She got here, opened up the door, slipped, smacked her face square on the tiles. Just about broke her nose. Do you think there was a burglar?
No, I knew it was. I knew it was bad.
What was the soundtrack? I knew it was Nan. I knew it was Nan. Got it.
Brother.
It's one of the great
That's
stories.
fucking. That is my favorite story we've ever told.
Do yourselves a favor. See if you can find the full episode. The episode is episode 27, which is
Wow.
actually crazy.
And that's our oldest clip that we have in this clip show. Episode 27.
Yeah, wow. That's from the 2nd of the 4th, 20.
And that would have been roughly our.
21.
Take
Fifth.
2. Does that mean the second episode of that season?
That was Beer on the Gear.
Yeah, we did a second take. It's the only clip that we ever did take 2. We recorded this on Easter
Oh,
morning.
yeah,
I
Good
think
Friday.
it was Easter. Oh yeah, Good Friday.
After the MacPack almost broke up.
Yeah, after fucking 5
Yeah,
episodes
'cause
of
I'm
season 2.
Fucker.
Spilled a
Spilled
Carlton
beer.
Dry.
But yeah, do yourself a favor.
And
Go
it still
back.
has the stain.
Go back to episode 27. Watch that thing in its entirety. It's hilarious. There's so much period listening back to it. There's so much of it just with like quiet breathing and cackling off screen.
Yeah, which is
Because
the
we're
best
laughing so hard that on the microphone it just sounds like silence. So if you're watching it on YouTube, you'll see us like absolutely pissing ourselves. If you're listening to it, you'll just be like,
Bit. Yeah.
where'd everyone go for a bit?
If
The
you like
letters
our stuff
in
and you
tears.
haven't heard that story,
Do
It's
yourselves
good,
a fucking favour.
If anything, that's the one.
Speaking of which, I think that's that. If that's the one, this is definitely number 2. This one came in from so many people. It's a story that Riley he never tells us about anything that goes on basically in his life until he turns the microphones on, and it's so that we get the most raw reaction possible. And this is the perfect example of when we got the raw reaction from a university tutor. He walked in, and I think you knew what was going on.
Oh, I was well aware.
But even if you prepare yourself, I don't think you can quite be completely prepared to see exactly what you saw on this university day.
Last class of the unit was by far the most eventful.
Okay.
I'm walking into class, and there's a girl from my high school that I was walking in with.
Yep.
I'm not going to tell you what was happening in the class yet, but we were looking at each other like, this is going to be an interesting class. We were giggling a bit, we were a bit nervous. It was like, what's going on?
I think I know what it is. There was a naked person in your university class.
That's bomb, dude.
Yeah.
No wonder you're so happy.
That's
with
actually so chill.
I know. It's so weird.
it. Was it a bloke?
Nah. In the first class of the semester, the teacher went through the unit guide, and he had to inform us that this was going to be happening in case anyone wanted to drop, or warn us not to come to that class. I was on the edge of failing the unit because I missed 3 classes already. If I missed another one, I was Gonski, so I had to go.
Oh, that's the reason.
I had
to be done. And our drawings were abysmal. I felt bad for the chick. So I was like, if she sees my drawing, she'll be like,
She's going to have body issues.
yeah, she's going to be so insecure.
I really want to see this photo. Can we throw the photo up right now?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I don't think anyone asked, but I think he addressed the question, male or female, what will it be? And he was like, we don't know yet, we've gotten male a few times, but the male's a bit, confronting. So I was expecting the model they came in had an absolute schlong.
So did you drew the woman?
Yep.
Okay, how did it go?
We have 2 hours. The weirdest part was that for the first 5 to 10 minutes, it was a bit like, oh, what's happening? But then, after the 15-minute mark, it's just this is happening. This is just the new normal. By the end of it, it's just alright. I went to the gym that night with one of my mates, and I was like, how's uni going? He's like, oh, yeah, I've been studying for exams and stuff. I was like, oh, yeah. Same.
How did he get in contact with one of these people? Is this a relative of his? Or?
Yeah, I think the uni just runs it.
What would you do if it was him that was just perched on
He's just sorry guys, you can find anyone this year.
Well, funny story. His daughter listens to the podcast.
It's one of the absolute great moments. Thank you. We received so many for that one, so thank you to everyone.
One of my good friends, Cade, friend of the show, he studies at a different university, and he enrolled in a drawing class so he could have the exact same experience.
There you go. You should get commission on that. Righty boys, that will bring us to the end of another episode of the podcast. A very different episode of the MacPack podcast this week. I hope you all enjoyed the trip down memory lane as much as we did. That was good fun.
I think it'll really pay off for a lot of you who were here from day one, because these stories won't be the first time you hear them, and it's almost more satisfying hearing them.
Yeah,
And it's
remembering
scratching that itch.
remembering the first time you heard them.
Especially, I listen to a lot of podcasts. I can honestly say I've never gone back and listened to many in their entirety ever before.
Right,
You always hear, some of the big, let's say Hamish and Andy, for example. I've listened to them since the get-go, but I'm never going back to listen to old episodes.
It's too big of a commitment.
Yeah, so I don't know. Hopefully this provides you with a little hint of some of the positive hilarious moments that we've had over the journey.
Yeah, maybe you're listening and you're kind of like, I don't remember why I'm here, but I'm still here. And hopefully these will scratch the itch of being like, oh yeah.
That's what they're possible. That's what they're capable of.
Yeah, this is the echelon.
And if you have joined us, because we've had so many people join us since the beginning, and people flutter in, they flutter out like you do with every podcast.
It's a revolving
Don't
door.
flutter out, guys.
but yeah, if
Keep
you're
on listening.
there'll be a fair few people who will listen to this one. I think in particular,
Yeah.
if you enjoyed it, keep joining us for the ride, because that was the first 200. But I reckon the next 200 is going to be
Around the same
quite
quality.
hectic. And there's a reason, like we could have played a lot of the recent stuff, but like where's the fun in that? I
Yeah,
wanted
exactly.
to throw it
We
back
wanted
as
to go deep.
I wanted to find it shit from episode 27 when we were doing 200. There's so much fun in doing the funniest shit that happened last week. Like
But that was good.
we threw
That
it.
was a thumper.
We threw it back as far as we could. Before we do go, we just want to say a massive thank you to absolutely everyone who's been along for the journey that's gone on for nearly 4 years now. Obviously 200 episodes. It's been quite a long campaign, especially in the sense that we've done it each and every week for 4 years.
Without fail, not 1 week we have missed.
Yeah, I find that's probably the thing that I'm most proud of, is that every week we put something out at 8 o'clock on Friday, and at least we think it's fucking at least a little bit humorous. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't put it out. But I think that's probably the thing that I'm most proud of, is that for 200 weeks, you could have relied on us to share something with you absolutely every single Friday
We'll be
for
there
nearly
for
4
you
years.
if you're there for us.
So thank you so much for those who have listened to, whether it be 1 episode, whether it be 10 episodes, whether it be since the very first episode all the way through to now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much if you've shared it with a friend. And if you have enjoyed the journey, get in contact. We love when people get in contact. I love knowing like the people by name. I love that we can read out H. Wello and I know who we're talking about.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever met.
Yeah, 'cause
never met the bloke, but I reckon
He
I.
lives in a different state.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But like,
Yeah, because obviously we have a lot of like the guys who get in contact a lot,
Yeah.
but there are obviously so many of you out there who don't get in
yeah,
contact.
Ryan
Feel free.
Ryan Hitchie. I think he just sent in a message which was like, couldn't give you the best moment. They're all elite.
No.
But like stuff like that, he listens to the radio. He listens to every single episode. Couldn't tell you if we've met him before. Again, I think he might not even live in WA. But like, these are the sort of people who like. It's really nice to get that sort of
Yeah.
messages and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And give us some feedback. If there's a segment you really like, just say, God, that was a great segment. If there's a segment you didn't like, just keep it to yourself.
Because it's a very one way. We often say it, but it's a very one way of going about things. We sit in here, the three of us. We speak into the microphones. It gets filmed. We send it out, and we have absolutely no idea if anyone listens, or we
Yeah.
know if people
We know
listen,
people listen.
but we don't know who the people are listening,
Yeah, exactly.
and we don't like that. Never comes into it. We don't do it because we're getting thousands of listens or anything like that. We're just doing it because we're enjoying it.
Yeah,
So if you're enjoying listening, flick us a
Let us
message,
know.
man. There's no harm in that. We'd absolutely love to hear from you.
we'll crack open the MacPack mailbag.
Yeah, and excitingly, we should. We've got heaps in there. I forgot to read them out a couple of weeks ago, but we do have a bunch, so we'll do them next week. But excitingly, if you are enjoying what we're doing, this is the perfect episode to share with a friend. 200 episodes. This is the best of so far. So share it with a friend and see if they have a few little giggles along the journey as well. It's been quite nice to watch. I think watching all those little videos, it was funny to watch you grow up. You've had so many different haircuts. Like the clip that we've got on here,
Buzz cut.
you're 18, like pretty fresh 18. You'd been 18 for about 6 months.
Yeah. Yep. I failed that unit, by the way. Like, pretty bad.
But yeah, I think that's been the coolest thing for mine, just to sort of watch how we've sort of grown up over the journey as well. It's only been 4 years, but like, he was 17 when we started.
Yeah.
Now he's got a full-time job. So, it's been good fun. Thank you so much to everyone who's been involved over the journey. If you've sent in your stories, if you've just listened, we love you nonetheless. Boys, until we get back to regular programming this time next week, stay safe, stay blessed, and always remember to
Go give your mum a hug.
it's Shuffle now, but not forever.